What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our player ratings here on Anfield Agenda after Liverpool beat Everton by 2-0 to win the Merseyside derby and put ourselves, albeit probably for a small time, top of the Premier League. 2 goals on the day from Mohamed Salah, one from the penalty spot and one after an assist from Darwin Núñez. Gets the job done. Can't complain about a clean sheet. Of course, our job here is to go through the players, the substitutes and the manager and give them a score out of 10. Asking you guys, of course, to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. If you enjoy the video, please do drop a like on it. And if you would like to join the Anfield Agenda family of 223,000 subscribers, hit that subscribe button. So look, lots to get through, so let's get straight into it. Start with the big man, Alisson Becker. A difficult one to gauge today because he didn't really have anything to do. He dealt with everything that was put into his penalty area. Straightforward. It was a really relatively stress-free afternoon for Alisson. So I've given him a score out of 6, not because he did that wrong, but more just because he didn't really have anything to do. We move on now to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and let's just say first things first, glad Trent's okay. There's reports that he was in a car crash yesterday morning, that he was driving along, I think in Cheshire, an electricity pylon, a 40-foot pylon, blew over in the storm, crashed and hit a BMW X5, and then Trent swerved, of course, to try and avoid everything and hit the car as well. The good news is it was reported that both drivers were okay and unhurt, so that's great first and foremost, that Trent was okay and able to play. And I thought his performance today was really good. He is majestic when he sprays the ball around, and that dual role that Klopp has him in, once we have Canade in there covering at right back, I feel a lot better about it. So I'm liking it. I'm liking Trent's leadership. I'm liking how he's carrying himself these days. And I'm going to give him a score of 7 out of 10. Again, we'd love to know if you agree or disagree. Let us know in the comment section. The next one is our captain, Virgil van Dijk. And I think he did well. Again, dealt with everything that was the few bits that were put our way today. The defensive line was nice and high. Canade, Matip when he came on, and Van Dijk were winning headers and dealing with what Everton tried to put to us with relative ease. But when a game is broken up by a red card, it's always going to be defence versus attack from that point. So with that in mind, and the fact that he didn't have much to do, giving Van Dijk, like Alisson, a score of 6 out of 10. Now we move on to Ibrahim Canade. And look, let's get this out of the way. Was he fortunate to stay on the pitch? Probably, yes. Would I have had a complaint if Craig Houlden pulled out another yellow card? No, I wouldn't have. And I've also had my say on the penalty incident where we were given a penalty, and it was a penalty, but I don't like that that was shown in slow motion. I think that's really harsh to any other team, whether it's Everton, United or somebody. These slow motion replays and still images need to stop when the ref's going to the monitor. It isn't right, but it was a penalty. That being said, look, Ibu, he was alright, but there's fouls in him, and when he picks up a yellow and gets away with another foul, I think Klopp did the right thing to take him off. So I'm going to give him a score of 5 today because, as I said, he can probably count himself a little bit fortunate to still be on that pitch after that challenge. The next one is, of course, Kostas Tsimikas, the deputy to Andy Robertson, who's out for 10 to 12 weeks. He was okay. I don't think he set the world on fire. Didn't have too much to do defensively. I love his crossing of the ball. It is top notch, but yeah, it was okay. I think he'll have sterner tests ahead of him. So with that in mind, I'm going to give Kostas a score of 6. We move into the midfield now. And look, there's a lot of talk around Alexis McAllister. And today, again, wasn't a performance that I think he'll be happy with. There's two ways to look at this. Either you look at it that he's been playing in a position that he's not accustomed to. And again, after another international break and a lot of travel, he's put in where we probably expected Endo to start in the 6. And I don't think it's fair to judge him when he's not in his preferred position, or the position we signed him most likely to play in, which is more advanced. So I understand the criticism of him, but I think there are extenuating circumstances, and I think we will see the best of him. And I'm fully behind the signing. So I'm going to give him a score of 5 today because he wasn't very good. Let's be frank about it. There's better days ahead. This boy, though, Dominic Szoboszlai, he's just class, isn't he? Let's be honest. He just is. Everything. He just oozes technique, ability. passion. I love it. I love watching Dom play. I mean, he's had better days today and he will have better days in the future, but at 22 years of age, he just oozes leadership. So I give him a score today of 7 out of 10 for Dominic Szoboszlai. Again, let us know in the comments, do you agree or do you disagree? Ryan Gravenberch. I'll have another slice of that humble pie, please, because I was very unsure when we signed Gravenberch. I didn't know if he was going to be able to deliver consistently enough, and if it was going to be more one of these players that has a lot of potential but doesn't live up to it. Very quickly, I have realised how wrong I was. Every time he takes to the pitch, he's getting better and better, more confident. His range of footballing ability is phenomenal. His understanding and reading of the game in certain situations is top notch. I point out the incident where it was Tarkowski, I think, who he knew he was going to get clattered when he got the ball, Gravenberch, but he let it roll across his body, took the contact, gave Tarkowski a yellow. He's a clever boy, and I really like him. And again, keep giving me that humble pie, because if I need to eat it, look at me, no problem. So I'm going to give him a score today of 8 because I thought he was really good. Now we move on to Lucho, and I think he had a very good game. I think he needs to stop shooting from some ridiculous angles occasionally. Yes, one will fly in the top corner every 20, but outside of that, he's a constant threat. He is. He goes inside, outside, commits defenders. You've seen the foul on the edge of the box that had Ashley Young sent off. He probably should have had a penalty for, I think it was Patterson, I think, who slid into him. But look, I thought Diaz had a good game, so I'm giving him a score of 7 out of 10. Moving on to the great man, Mohamed Salah. Got himself a brace today. Calmness personified from the penalty spot. His second goal as well was, look, he finished it well, but it was more about the counter-attack and break. Mo was brilliant. I think he's one behind Haaland now in the Golden Boot chase, if I'm right. And he just continues to add statistics and numbers to his already incredibly impressive Liverpool career. So the great man gets an 8 today. He was voted your Anfield Agenda man of the match with a 72% landslide in our poll earlier on. And again, 8 out of 10 for the great man today. Diogo Jota, mixed bag. Some really good stuff, some very clever movement, and he pops up everywhere, left, right, centre. Decision making at times costs Jota a point or two for me. He's always a goal threat. He had a header today from distance that Yardi decided to pick for, he'd probably have scored. So with all that in mind, give Diogo Jota a score of 7 today. I don't think he did himself any harm with this performance. Very productive from Diogo. Moving on to Darwizzi, and came off the bench with Harvey Elliott, 2 substitutions that I think really gave us more impetus to go and win the game. His counter-attacking break for Mohamed Salah's second goal, everything about it was perfect. The timing of the run, the observation to see where Mo was, the execution of the ball to Mohamed Salah, and then Salah side foots it home. So good impact from Darwin coming off the bench. You know, you fully expect him to start from this point out. Yes, I know that Cody is back, but Darwin's in form, so keep giving him the chance. So giving Darwin a score of 7, great impact off the bench today. Harvey Elliott, loads of love in the chat for Harvey Elliott today, and rightly so. As I mentioned, him and Darwin coming off the bench, I thought we looked different. I thought we looked better. I thought we looked sharper with both of them on. So Elliott takes a very well-deserved 8 for me. That's how impressed I was with his performance off the bench. I thought himself, Gravenberch and Salah probably the 3 best today, even with the fact that Elliott came on after about 60 minutes. Very brave of Kloppo, by the way, as well, to take off our left back, so I like that. Moving on to Joel Matip. Look, it was the right decision, wasn't it, to bring Joel on. One more foul and Canade was off. So no surprises there. The Klopp made the change. And as always, Joel's consistently and doesn't let you down. So score of 6 for him. Not because he did that wrong, just because he didn't really have much to do, much like Verge. Moving on now to Joe Gomez. And again, you know, he came on just to shore us up at the back a little bit, to send us back to a back 4 after we'd committed to attacking when we brought on Elliott and Darwin. So when we went ahead, Klopp just wanted to make sure we didn't do anything stupid and concede, so we brought Joe on. I expect to see Joe get some more opportunities at left back with Robbo being out. So again, a score of 6, but more because there wasn't really much to do rather than Joe doing nothing wrong. And the final one is for Jurgs, the manager today. 9 fist pumps, by the way, at the end of the match from Jurgen, so he was obviously delighted with the derby victory, as were we all. I thought his changes were top-notch today. To have the courage to take off your left back and to bring on Elliott and Darwin to really just push to try and get that winner. I think that deserves credit. Ultimately, I still think he probably should have gone with Endo in the 6th instead of McAllister, but nitpicking here. So I've given the manager a score of 7 out of 10. That, my friends, concludes the Anfield Agenda player ratings. We want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Do drop a like on the video, and if you haven't hit the subscribe button, you know what to do. We will be live on our brand new second channel, Top of the League, at 5 PM this evening for Chelsea versus Arsenal, a massive game in the Premier League. We'd love you to come along and join us for it. You will find a link to Top of the League in the description of this video. Hope to see you over there. 5 PM start for us, and we can sit back and watch the rest of the footy unfold, knowing that our job today is done. 3 points for the Reds, and we move on to the next game. Talk to you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.